Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you again for the top 15 decent to good albums of 2019 video that I said I was going to do. So I'm going to list off from 15 to whatever number I can get to for this first part, I believe, for the first part of the video, and let you know what I thought, why I put him at that spot. So let's start at number 15, which is Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I put it at number 15 because there were some cringy tracks to listen through. Like, Thank You Next was an okay track, but it just seems so... I can't think of the word for it, but kind of seemed a little rude making this song, that she seemed impolite or immature making this song or whatever. She's just like, okay, thank you for doing this for me, but next. She's just like, next. It's kind of rude or a little selfish of her making this song, but the song's not bad, but it's still getting a 3 out of 5. The worst song on her Thank You Next album was Seven Rings. That song is horseshit, and for no one gets an opinion on it because it's pretty much horseshit. The lyrics are bad, the melody is just terrible, and Ariana Grande's rapping in it was just garbage. She didn't do a good job doing this track. But during the first part of this album, it started to do good. From tracks 1 to, I think, 8. And then when it got... Well, there were some iffy tracks during... while listening through the album, but some of them were not bad. So, yeah, it made it at my number 15 because it just wasn't that great of an album, but it was decent. At number 14, we have Andy Black, The Ghost of Ohio. This album was... Yeah, there were some problems with it. I know I probably upsetted a lot of people making not a great review for it or whatever, but I have my own opinion, and my opinion's not going to change what I think about it. It just didn't do that good to me. It wasn't a good album for me. It was decent, but it wasn't that good. There were some crunchy tracks to listen through. Like, Heroes We Were was plain and a little silly. But, sorry if I'm getting a little tired. Some of these tracks kind of bored me. And Heaven kind of is that song that'll put you to sleep. It's got a nice melody and it's really good. But tracks 8 and 11 kind of seem similar in its own way, but I know it's trying to be a little different. But I could hear the similarities in both those tracks, and that's why it didn't do great. And the last track just was cringy to listen to, but it made it at my number 14, so at least it made it in a spot in my decent to good albums. If it didn't, then it would have been a much worse album if it was a lot worse. So at least it got a 7 out of 10. At number 13 is Pink, Hurts to Be Human. This album was not too bad. It was pretty average. Now we're starting to get into the average albums. We already got through the decent records. the decent albums I just listed off were Ariana Grande and Andy Black. And now it's to the average albums, which are number 13 is Pink, Hurts to Be Human, like I said. And I did like Walk Me Home. That was actually a really good song. Hustle was just decent. The melody's not bad. And the lyrics were okay. But throughout the album, the last track kind of didn't do so well, unfortunately. And it was mellow and it was nice, but it just didn't deliver for me. It didn't deliver enough great material for me to enjoy. And that's unfortunate, but hey, not every song's gonna be a hit. There's gonna be misses, but it's just best to just listen through it and see what you guys think of it. At number 12 is Mark Morton, Anesthetic. This album was definitely average. There were some tracks to listen through. Sorry, I had to press a button on my Xbox One. But yeah, like the first track was great. Sworn Apart was great. The third track, Access, was just garbage. The featured artist was just terrible. It's a skippable song. Ugh, I'm sorry if I'm yawning so much. But track number 4, The Never, was really good. Save Defiance was great. Blur was not bad. And then when it got to track 7 and 8, they started to get average. I did not notice that Josh Todd, I think his name is, was from Buckcherry. I didn't realize it until now when I heard his voice in the Buckcherry song Had Like a Hole and this song Back from the Dead. The sound was similar and his voice sounded very familiar, and I was like, holy shit, I did not notice that it was the lead singer from Buckcherry singing this song. And yeah, I was surprised when I found out. Like, I figured it out not too long ago, like a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize it. I could have put that in my review and said something good about this lead singer from Buckcherry, but I'm saying it now because I really did enjoy the song, not too bad. It's still unfortunately going to get a 3.5 out of 5 because it didn't deliver quite as well with its sound, and the guitar riffs in it were simple, but not bad. Number 11 is Bring Me the Horizon Ammo. Now, this album was unique in its own way, which is not a bad thing. It unfortunately didn't deliver with Nihilist Blues, because that song is just... I'm enjoying the dance part of the song with the dubstep, with that part. The lyrics are not too bad now. It's grown on me. The song has grown on me a lot more. And while I'm working, I just dance around to the song. But I'll explain what my job is that I do every day and a reason why episode next year. But yeah, this song, Nihilist Blues, was not too bad. It's growing on me, but it's still gonna get a 4 out of 5. And Why You Gotta Kick Me When I'm Down is just an average track. It the rapping in Ollie's voice just didn't do so well, or slight rapping he was doing. But the song has grown on me too. And Fresh Bruises was decent. But this album had a few tweaks of problems, but when it got towards the end of the album, I really enjoyed the last song, I Don't Know What to Say. That was about his friend who died of cancer, which I did not know that. I didn't put it in that review, but I'm glad I've watched other reviews that explained it, what the song was about. And that's pretty sad. It's a sad song. It's got a lot of sad, cringy, or chilling moments in the song. But it's really good. It delivered well with the violin work. And yeah, I enjoyed that track. And it made it at my number 11. Bring Me the Rising Ammo did. Number 10 is Backstreet Boys' DNA. This album was good. It would have made it at a lesser spot, but there were some cringeworthy tracks listening through it. But I did enjoy Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Chances, whatever other tracks there were. Breathe was not too bad. Nobody Else was not too bad either. New Love was just, it was fine. But the last track, Okay, was just garbage. That song just seemed too cheerful and too uplifting and not that good. The melody was just, ugh. And them singing it together was just, I wasn't feeling it. But like I said, there's always going to be hits and misses in each song on an album, but this album actually did not too bad, and it made it at my number 10. I'm going to have to come back at you for part 2 of this review for numbers 9 through 1 to finish it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be returning to you for part 2 of this review of the top 15 decent to good albums of 2019 video. Part 2 I'll be doing. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.